Friends from the press, good morning. Welcome to the regular press conference of the Ministry of Commerce. Today, I don't have any information to release, so I would like to answer your questions. And now it's time for questions. Thank you. I'm from People's Daily. The new foreign investors list has been released. We noted that it has been cut from the 63 to 30s. So what are the highlights? And it is predicted that there will be more foreign investors in China. And what impact will this bring? And how is the process of the list's implementation? Thank you. We have released the negative list of the foreign investors, which have the following highlights. The first is the broadened fields, including finance, infrastructure, transport, culture, automobile, ship, airlines, energy, agriculture, resources, etc. We've expanded the opening in these areas. And the negative lists on the free trade zone also includes culture, resources, and telecommunications. And the second highlight is the transparency and the standardization. The two negative lists both required the standardization for the high-level management. Different regions and departments should not restrict this, particularly for the foreign access to Chinese market. And there should be a standardized requirement. The whole nation's negative list on the foreign investors is independent from the previous holistic one, so that foreign investors will feel easier to understand the list. And the fields included in this list are of highly concern of the foreign investors. For example, in manufacturing, automobiles faced the opening up, and in services, the share distribution is cancelled. We are convinced the new negative list of foreign investors will further motivate the enthusiasm of the foreign investors. And we will continue to promote the facilitation of investment and improve the business environment, and also to implement the opening up policy, and to encourage foreign investors and to make them a main contributor to China's economic growth and to contribute to China and the rest of the world. Thank you. Thank you. I'm from CRI. My question is related to China-US trade relations. We know that this is very important to the world, and the tariff led by the US does not only affect its own enterprises but also affect the foreign enterprises in China. How do you comment on this? Thank you. We've noted that China, as a major contributor to the globalization and industrialization in the world, many of the products are produced by foreign enterprises in China. According to the statistics, in the $34 billion list, more than $20 billion products are produced in China and produced by foreign enterprises. So we can see if US impose the tariff on China, this will affect Chinese enterprises and other countries' enterprises, including American companies. Americans' action will exert impact on the whole world's value chain. So in this way, America is firing the shot to the whole world, but not only China. I'm from Russia. The RMB keeps depreciating, and it is reported that on 6th of this month, the U.S. will levy tariff on Chinese products. In terms of the RMB currency exchange, the People's Bank of China will give you explanation. Thank you. Xinhua News Agency, we noted that the U.S. recently said if there are no negotiations between China and the U.S., they will improve the tariff. What's your take? Thank you for your question. We've noted that in recent days, the U.S. threatened China again with $500 billion worth of products. Apart from this, the U.S. also sent out the same threatening message to other countries. This is the threatening hegemonism in the trading environment in the world. This is de-trending, de-globalization. And China will never waver and compromise in front of this. China will stay firm to safeguard the world's free trade and multilateralism. China firmly condemns and is against of the unilateralism and trade protectionism. And we make endeavor to ensure the economic and trade environment that is predictable in the world. First Economic Daily. Due to the impact of the world's economy and trade, will Ministry of Commerce adjust its policy, and what policy will be led in the second half of the year to maintain the economic growth? Thank you. Because some certain country conducts unilateralism and trade protectionism, the whole world's economic growth and momentum has been challenged. The institutions from WTO predict that the whole world's trade volume will be increased by more than 4%, but they also worry about the degradation of their trade environment. In this year, China maintains picking up momentum in economy and trade, and the optimization of the structure and the improved quality of the development. In the next half of the year, we will continue focusing on high-quality development to put the quality into the center. First, we will improve the efficiency. We will upgrade the industry and products that are exported to other countries. And second, we will proactively generate new mode and a new business model to step up with the market purchasing and procurement. The third is to continue promote the variety of the market and to help the companies to dig out more traditional export markets. Apart from that, we will continue supporting the enterprises to explore emerging markets. The fourth is to improve the trading environment and to improve the facilitation of the trade equality. We believe with the deepening of the supply-side structural reform, China will maintain its picking up momentum in the next half of the year. Thank you. Thank you, Phoenix TV. We noted that Trump's administration is drafting acts that to improve the tariff. Some people regard this as the quit of WTO's favorable policy. What's your take? Thank you. We noted the relevant report. And currently, we are not so clear about this resource. But for the obvious violation to the WTO's laws and principles, and take the domestic law instead of WTO's law and regulations is a violation to the world's trading order. I'm convinced this will be fought against by other WTO members and other countries. CCTV4, we know that according to the plan, on 6th of July, the U.S. will impose $34 billion worth of products. Once this is publicized, how will China echo to that? And does this mean the genuine starting of a China-U.S. trade war? Thank you. The U.S. initiated this trade war. We are not willing to. But in order to safeguard the legitimate rights of Chinese nation and its people, we have to echo to that. But China will never fire the first shot. If the U.S. starts the war, we will have to fight back. The action of the U.S. is going backward. We believe the people who are doing the right things will win support. China's attitude is that we call on various countries' joint action and to firmly fight against trade protectionism and unilateralism so as to safeguard the common prosperity and benefits of the world. Zhongxin News Agency. You said China will fight against the U.S. with both quantitative and qualitative policies, and what the targets are. Thank you. Over the past decades, China always was one of the most popular markets in the world. It is not only because China has a huge market, but also because the Chinese market means the stability, the rationality, and legality. All the business being done in China are safeguarded within the law. The trade war initiated by the U.S. will impact on enterprises. We will continue the investigation and assessment and help those enterprises. Thank you. From Japan. I'm asking about the time frame of this tariff. The U.S. will impose the tariff on 0 o'clock in the morning in Eastern American time. So what will the time be in Beijing at that time? If it is also 0 o'clock in the morning on 6th of July, there is time difference between China and the U.S. So can you explain on that? Thank you. Regarding your question, yesterday the Tariff Commission of China has echoed to that. This trade friction is initiated by the U.S. China has for many times reiterated that China will never fire the first shot. But if the US start the tariff policy, China will be forced to fight back in order to safeguard the rights of our country and our people. Thank you. Thank you. I'm from the economic channel. We heard that WTO will conduct the review meeting, which is held every 2 years. Can you explain on that, and how will you echo to the critics from the outside? Thank you. In this year, November's 11th to 13th, the WTO will conduct the 7th review on China's trade, and Chinese delegation will join the relevant review meeting. The trade policy review mechanism is one of the 3 major functions of WTO. It fully shows our obligation to the WTO. WTO sent out the reports of China's trade policy review, which explained that since the last review in 2016, in terms of macroeconomic and trade investment policy, China has improved greatly. And in terms of the expanding on opening up, they also recognize our work. We have received more than 1,000 questions and suggestions from 33 countries, including the remedy and IPR, etc. According to the rules of WTO, before the review meeting, China will answer these questions in the written form, and China will start this work soon. During the review meeting, relevant members may raise other concerns. Chinese delegations will communicate in a candid way and fully showcase China's responsibilities and efforts after entering WTO, and also showcase our confirmation and determination to expand opening up, and also to share the development opportunities with other members. Due to time limits, the final question, please. Japan and other 16 countries are conducting the ministerial level meeting. What's the process? And are you confident to achieve the set goals at the second half of the year? Now the RCEP negotiation is steadily proceeding. In terms of services, investment, and market access, we have saw positive growth. In terms of rules, we have accomplished the economic and technical cooperation and SMEs cooperation. By the end of 2017, RCEP covers more than 3.5 billion people in the world. The GDP totaled 28.5 trillion, and the trade volume 10 trillion accounts for 20% in the world, and it attracted foreign investment of 8 trillion, which accounts for 36% in the world. The settlement of the agreement will promote the mutual opening up of the member states and to generate the market vigor, and also to improve the economic integration. This is also the action to fight against trade protectionism. China will firmly safeguard the core role of ASEAN in the RCEP negotiation, and we will contribute to this with our other partners and members. That's the end of today's conference. Thank you.